started in this room, which is now a stock room.
I was so excited when we got this. I remember standing up on the table and taking a big photo of our room. And we had 3 people in here and all our stock. But I think moving into here has been a real change in our business because we are able to do lots more meetings here, and I think we're very proud of our space because we've made it our own as well.
Alright guys, thank you for letting me come down today and ask you a few questions about your business. So when did you guys start? When did you guys start the business?
So I think I think we probably say we started about 4.5 years ago on Portobello Market. And we were pouring candles in our kitchen and selling them at the market, and they just seemed to really take off. There was a lot of interest, but also just because we were putting really unusual scent combinations together. So
you guys were coming up with all the scents yourselves?
Exactly.
Sometimes we trial a few things, go a little out there, and rein it back in when we realised that it's probably not classic enough for taste. So yeah, it was all very trial and error in the early stage, but you know, really fun customer engagement down at the market stall, getting to know exactly what people were after.
That's it, testing the market, seeing what people liked.
Testing the market, exactly.
So yeah, tell me briefly about the name, Wick and Tallow.
Wick and Tallow, so it's simple, classic, obviously, you know, the 2 original sort of constituents of a candle back in the olden days, so you've got the wick, which is self-explanatory, and then the tallow was what was used as the fuel before wax was really refined and used in its place. So tallow is a byproduct of the animal industry.
But they're not made out of animals.
Okay, good to know.
No,
there are no animals. And then the logo, so the unicorn.
The logo really harks back. We wanted to do something that was you know, relevant to wax. So we set our sights on the wax seal, which is the sort of outer form of it all, and then. For what we put in the seal, I guess it works as sort of old school, cresty, sort of traditional thing, harking back to actually the Tallow Chandlers Guild, which is one of the guilds in the City of London.
Awesome.
Their coat of arms is flanked by 2 unicorns, so it brings with it that tradition.
I love that bit of history. That's really nice. And obviously, it's key when when you're setting up a business. Obviously, there are 3 of you in this business at the moment, so for everyone to have their roles.
Exactly.
So at the moment. What's everyone's roles?
So I'd say that James, Martin,
he's
not here.
This is your brother, right?
His twin brother, my fiance. It's a family business, so we all have our different roles. Yeah. But we also, no one is totally in control of one thing, so we always have to ask each other's opinions.
That's good. I think that's really important.
Everything it's all about communication.
It's all very round table discussion.
Yeah, it's key.
And I think it's just playing to your strengths. So as I was saying earlier, I'm not so good at the sort of Excel sheets and things like that. So that's where Tom sort of really comes in, and because you have to keep a business
100%.
Totally.
No, I was the same. I mean, when I set up my business was not that too long ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm very creative, so I'm okay with numbers and things like that, but it's not something I enjoy.
No, not
so then I brought in someone who takes care of that, and it's so important to have someone taking care of each of those roles, but at the same time, like you say, to communicate and make sure that everyone's on the same page. So at the moment, where can I get one of these candles? Obviously, you guys started in November. I presume you launched online.
We sell online.
Yeah, we've got a great online store, and that was really the heart of the business. We had nowhere to go except for online when we first launched. So soon after that, we began doing pop-ups. And we did a few of those in the lead up to Christmas last year.
Pop-ups are great. What sort of area?
Great.
Well, we started on Piccadilly, which was
like a week after we launched.
A Pop-Up Britain initiative, but it was their sort of flagship store. So week 1, the Duke of York came down and he bought a few, so that was
nice.
Good omen.
Good start. Good start.
Always nice to get the Royals in as the first
customer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then from there, we sort of we looked around, but we did our first trade fair in January. We did Top Draw, and from there we picked up some retailers. So
what retailers are you guys in at the moment?
Shop at Bluebird is
my favourite store.
Flagship.
I'm also in that store.
I just really like it because it's cool, and they bring in new brands, and they also change their layout every week.
Yeah.
So every time you go in there, it's a new experience.
I think that's so important now because obviously so many people buy things online now, and I think the only way that you're going to get people to leave their home and go out and actually buy something in a store is if you make it exciting and if you change it. That's why I think pop-ups are so relevant right now, is because every time you do a pop-up in a different area, you make it slightly different. So it becomes you know, something, it's more exciting, you know, as opposed to a store which is always there and looking the same.
That's it. And they really like to play around with, you know, how you, I guess, project your goods to the public. So, you know, you might change the layout depending on the location you're at. You know, if you're in sort of Knightsbridge, you're going to be a lot more classic than if you're in Camden.
Of course. I think that's another cool thing as well. I remember when I started looking at other brands to collaborate with and working with other young brands.
Exactly.
Because there are so many amazing young brands doing so many cool things at the moment. Yeah. And it's just good to kind of get on that wagon.
Also, that's another thing about pop-ups is that we've done, and working with other small businesses, is that you bounce ideas off each other.
100%.
And I think that's, you know, everyone's so enthusiastic that you're running your own business. It's your passion.
It's exciting,
You're not doing it from 9 to 5. It's like 7 days a week.
That's the thing. That's what I tell people whenever they, you know, you can't just love doing. If you're setting up your own business, you can't just love it. You've got to live it, and it is 24 hours. And you do have so many ups and downs, but once you get some rewards and you see things coming back, and it's like the feeling you get when it's your own baby.
I mean, when we see something in a magazine, or you know, we get exciting things like that, it just really was such a thrill for all of us. You know, we get so excited.
And talking about ups and downs, what's been your?
There have been a few. I mean, you know, when you're, I guess, you know, doing everything, trying to do everything on minimal budget.
Yeah, that's
You know, that's a real hard one.
I think it's quite a challenge though as well. I know I sort of look at everything in a sort of exciting way, but actually every time there's anything that's a little bit scary, I think it's good to keep you kind of.
You learn from it as well. You make so many mistakes along the way. I remember when I set up my business at the beginning. I didn't really have a clue what I was doing.
Of course,
I knew what my goal was. But, you know, in terms of setting everything up, and I was making mistakes along the way, but every time you learn from those mistakes.
But I do feel at the moment there is quite a lot of support for young
100%,
and I think that we found that, I mean, when we met with Prince Andrew last year, he wanted to start up an entrepreneurs network, so there's definitely a sort of something that's sort of nurturing young talents.
For sure.
And I think that's definitely for us inspiring, but as you say, you learn from your own mistakes.
Definitely.
It's all a learning curve, and actually I don't regret anything we've done. I think it's all kind of
good. Well, it seems like, you know, obviously November's not that long ago, and it seems like you guys are definitely on the right track.
Yeah.
And what's been the best thing that's happened to you guys so far?
We also work with a lot of other people to design their own candles, so that's been really fun. And
that's always cool.
That's great because I get to just work with someone who's got a totally different design ethos, and they want to do like bright colours, or like dark colours, or shiny things, or matte, you know.
So I mean, I get that's the colour thing for you guys is what stands out, is what pops out.
Exactly, as you say, it's a sort of, it's what makes us different, but we're not just going to be about colour, but we do want to celebrate colour as well.
Yeah.
And actually also we've tied the colour psychology as well, so the red candle is sort of warming scent, and you know, the green candle is a sort of uplifting scent, and green is an uplifting colour, so of course that's another tie-in as well.
That's really, really nice.
It's not all random.
And where do you guys send everything out? Where's everything stored?
Everything's done here. So through there is our.
Who does the wrapping?
I do it all.
Tom does
you do all the wrapping? I used to look like Father Christmas and have like massive sacks and just like walk, and then they'd hate me in there. Yeah. So it'd be a massive queue, and I'd be like, oh god, it was horrible.
So now I make the courier come and pick it all up.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, exactly, and it just makes it easier.
That's the next step. Yeah.
But we're definitely, you know, we've got our branded boxes, we've thought of everything. We can't risk sort of sending things out and like...
That's so key as well, especially with things like candles.
And our bags.
Because a lot of it's like, it's such a great gift, I think, if you're getting someone a gift. So if someone's buying it online, you want it to come in, the packaging is so key, because then it becomes more of an experience.
Exactly, it's attention to detail, and it is expensive, but
it's all worth it.
If you're a luxury brand, you have to think of every
100%.
I'll be delighted once we've got a distribution centre.
Small Business Saturday.
Yeah, exactly, on the 6th of December.
Yes, what have you guys got planned?
So we're going to make the most of our space. We're going to have a space takeover, so we're basically going to have a sort of Christmas fair. And
nice.
A couple of other brands down.
Amazing.
You know, serve some drinks and have some food, and just get everyone shopping and make sure that...
Sell some candles.
No one does Christmas without A, candle, and B, any presents at all.
Well, I'm going to be buying a few candles for sure. For sure. Yeah. I know my mum would love a few of these.
Good.
Actually, I would love a few of these as well. Yeah. I think it's nice for other people, you know, so there are so many people out there now, I think, who have amazing ideas and want to set up their own business. Yeah. But maybe they're a little bit scared, or they're not too sure how to go about it. And I think it's so nice for them to be able to see people like yourself or like me, to see, you know, we've taken that leap of faith and we've actually gone for it, and to see the reward and see how things, you know,
that's the thing.
develop.
It is actually quite scary if you look back on it, but if you believe in it and you work hard and you're passionate about it, that's the most important thing.
You got to be passionate.
If you're in it to get rich quick, which we're certainly not, it is not the right thing to do.
You just got to do it slowly, organically,
exactly.
and just let it build.
And I think that's the thing, is it's so much more rewarding now that we've taken 3 years basically to develop these candles, and now we're getting the good feedback and everything. But I think it's a slow burner.
Yes.
But it's really, yeah, as you say, organic and rewarding.